get my fresh trim in there.
Okay.
Holy, we missed that for 2 episodes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Put that right next to the mic.
Yeah, if you can hear the... I mean, my ears can hear it, but I don't know if the audience can hear
So good.
the bubbling.
One day we'll get that sponsor.
Yeah, we'll get that sponsor. Holy, and welcome back.
Welcome back.
To episode 6
Six?
of 7 is next week, but episode 6 of the Multiverse Lounge. I'm your host, Jibs.
And I'm Justice. And
I guess let's recap the people with what we got up to on the past week.
Social, yeah. Stock standard week. Well, not really, because the training arc is continuing over the week.
Yeah, we
hit every muscle imaginable.
We went out to dinner. I completely forgot.
When was that? Oh yes, we did go out to
we went out to dinner.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mila. First time I've seen her.
Manly Grill.
In ages.
Love that shit.
Funnily enough, like I've been friends. It's funny that I think about it. I've been friends with her almost the same amount of time I've been friends with you. You've just been a little slightly ahead. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Shout out Mila on the podcast. Holy.
Yep. Shout out everyone we went to dinner with. That was very nice.
Very nice.
What else?
And then what happened after that? You went to Holy Moly on Saturday.
Yeah, I went to Holy Moly with the boys.
A little bit of dart
Someone
action.
was invited, but he was preoccupied with whatever you were doing.
I was,
I was too busy winning interactive darts to even
Holy
care about
love.
what you were doing, honestly.
Holy chud speaking
Brother,
of me.
I did win, so...
I'm going to verify this with the boys, you know that, right?
Run it.
Okay.
You know?
I'll run into you.
Yeah, no, that was fun. And, finished off a really good Saturday night. We was watching the footy all day, but...
I was doing something else. I was with a lovely group of people, you know, it was supposed to be a little bit of a games night, but then completely forgot about the games aspect of the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just didn't do it, but it was quite nice, you know, sitting by a fire. And then what else? Like, we'll just, you know how people talk about that they want, like, a movie just 2 characters talking?
Yeah.
It's just everyone talking. It's quite nice.
Nice little just social
little D&M,
yeah,
amongst each other.
We love that.
We love that. You know, Jibs was quietly off on his own, as he is, mysterious.
Lone wolf.
A bit of karaoke, you know.
Oh, I love a bit of karaoke. Yeah.
Jibs put on his singing voice. He was it Justin Timberlake?
Can you stop talking in the third person as well?
Holy Justin Timberlake, I hit that fucking...
That's good. I'm glad you had a good
my
weekend.
theme song came out, you know? And Closer by Chainsmokers, holy W.
Okay.
Holy W.
Sounds like a very fun night, but
yeah,
that's good.
And then...
continuing the training arc today as
training
well.
Arc, you know, tomorrow will officially be 1 week since you've been training with All Might Jibs.
Yeah. You know, future... personal trainer over here, so I'm like the prototype, I think.
Yeah.
Gotta say, training's been good.
Training's been
it's
good.
Been tough, but it's been good.
Yeah, you know, you're patient zero.
Yeah. I guess so.
And then we came back home, not to do cardio together.
Brother, this is going on the internet, by the way.
Cares. But we actually, well, you already watched episode 1 of Lanterns, which... This is going to be our topic of the day, Lanterns.
Lanterns, Green Lantern.
You had already watched episode 1.
Yes.
I watched episode 1 while you were taking a shower.
Yeah.
And then we watched episode 2 with the boys on the party. And
that was. I mean, I have so many thoughts, but
I have so many thoughts.
Yeah, no, that ends off our social aspect with that. But yeah, we're talking about the Lanterns show that was just released on HBO Max. Do you want to talk about writers, directors? Who it stars?
I'll hand that off to you. I'll hand it off to you.
It's a continuation of James Gunn's DC universe.
Yep, building out that universe.
It's created by Chris Mundy, Damon Lindelof, and Tom King. Chris Mundy was the showrunner for the show Ozark. I've never seen it, but I heard you've seen it.
I've seen a bit of it, like ages ago when it was
fantastic, Emmy nominated.
Yeah, people were raving about it.
Yes,
and like the episodes I remember watching, it was pretty damn cool.
pretty good. Damon Lindelof, he was the writer or showrunner for the show Lost back in the day.
Yeah, I
he also
remember
made a
watching
show.
Lost.
Not many people had seen it from what I've talked about, but the Watchmen comic, he adapted that in show form. Fantastic. I think he was a writer for Prometheus as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was also going to be a writer for a Star Wars movie that didn't end up happening. Let's not get into that because I'm going to get fucking frustrated even bringing up Star Wars, okay?
Jeez.
But
Okay.
he's fantastic. And then Tom King is a famous DC comic book writer. And this show, before this show came out, there was a bit of backlash.
Yeah,
you know?
there was a bit of backlash from a couple
I
of
was personally excited because I am a Green Lantern comic book fan. I've recently got into Green Lantern. I'm not going to lie up and say I've always been a Green Lantern fan. Recently got into it, but he's fantastic. There were some people, I'm not going to mention, possibly people at the end of this table, that were hating on this project, hating on the trailers. Some people saying, oh man, the suit doesn't look good, doesn't look great, I don't know. But I want to ask you, Jibs, just straight up. What did you think of the show? What did you think of episode 1? We can chop up episode 2 after.
Yeah, I'm not gonna laugh here. The episode, Okay, we'll start with episode 1. Episode 1 was pretty good. It hooked me straight away. Straight away,
yeah. Because
first 5 minutes, I'm like, ooh.
I only caught the back half of rewatching it when you were watching it for the first time.
Yeah. But the first 5 minutes, I was just like, all right. I don't really know too much about Green Lantern. You know, baseline level. I don't really LARP about Green Lantern, so it's not like I'm a LARPer. There's a meme that came out of this first episode as well that's just incredible.
Yes, fantastic.
And then, just the first 5 minutes knowing about Jon Stewart's character.
Is that what hooked you?
That's what hooked me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
same here.
Oh, shit.
Same here.
And then you told me, like, how Jordan steals the show. And then I was like, oh, this guy's just chatting.
He's all right, yeah.
He stole the show.
What
in the
part
back end
of episode 1 clinched it for you? Because I'll say what I want to say about episode 1 off the back of your first impression, because it's very fresh in your mind, obviously.
Yeah, because I know Green Lantern as Hal Jordan, so Hal Jordan is like when someone says, you know Green Lantern, I think of Hal Jordan straight away, right? Yep. I do know the other characters like Jon Stewart and all the other Lanterns.
Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner,
Guy Gardner as well, but my main person I think of is Hal Jordan, because I think he's been the main person that's been
He has been, he is
But I didn't know what Hal Jordan's character was meant to be like. I don't know what
characterization,
what sort of perks and characteristics that he has. And I think it was by the time in that scene where he jumps out of the car, I'm like, all right, this guy's like
that early on.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, this guy's like a Anakin Skywalker type trope. He's like, you know, really cocky, really arrogant. Yeah. Like, I like this. And like the relationship between him and Jon Stewart, played by Aaron Pierre.
Got to give credit to Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler. They're fantastic in the show.
It's just their back and forth is like so entertaining. It's not like, I'm sorry to hate on this, but it's not like the Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, like dick and cock kind of joke.
Yeah, no. It's very
back and forth.
It's very mature. Yeah. And that's something I want to talk about. This is a very mature type of show for a superhero show. I mean,
oh, holy dude! Episode 1. Superheroes are cracking, dude.
You know,
holy crap!
Yeah. And
like that's why this episode was 8 out of 10 crack.
I just cracking fine.
Just fucking cracking lingers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think I've seen a lot of conjecture online of people like complaining that like, oh, I just don't really see Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan being so mature. But I think with the tone of the show, I really like how grounded and like mature it is, and it just adds a different dimension to the universe, because like this is in the same universe as a Superman movie about being a hero and being great and very lively and just, you know.
Yeah, and in the same universe, like, I don't think the movie's mid, but Supergirl, who is like borderline depressed, drunk, who has the powers of Superman,
absolutely,
which is, it's a really cool take on Supergirl's characters, but I think it's cool. Not everyone can be the Peter Parker type trope, Matt Murdock type trope. They're goody two shoes. You got to have some sort of edge. Yeah. You can't just be like, it's not about the great adventure all the time.
Shout out.
Shout out.
But no, like I think with that aspect, like you said, adds an edge to these characters, makes them more interesting, but also makes the universe more multifaceted. I think the problem with a lot of superhero content is like, it's kind of like the same movie no matter which. Like, this is kind of just a broad, and I don't necessarily agree with this criticism, but I can see where it's coming from. A lot of superhero movies, they kind of follow the same, they have the same vibe, the same tone, the same humor, MCU humor type thing.
That's why they call it a formula. They're following the formula.
Absolutely. And I think with shows like this and like Supergirl and with Superman, how they're all kind of different. And I like that about this universe.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, like the criticisms online of like possibly Robert Pattinson maybe joining this universe. This is the take I was going to tell you, but I wasn't going to reveal to the podcast.
Okay. Let me hear it.
Originally, I was like, no.
What?
Don't have him in the universe. I just because I was like a lot of those people where I was like, I don't see it. It's too grounded. It doesn't mix well with that type of vibe. I think with shows like this, being a bit more mature, a bit more edge, grounded, I can see it. I can see Robert Pattinson's Batman interacting in this world.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I was like other people where I just like, no, I can't see it. Can't see it at all. Now I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah.
I'll give you this. I didn't really care that if Robert Pattinson's in this universe or not.
Yeah.
But I also think it's stupid that people are like, oh, you know, he's grounded. Okay, what do they do in the comics? They literally just the same thing, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that I'll point you to is look at Punisher and Spider-Man. He's not killing people, but they still made his character the Punisher.
Fantastic point,
Yeah, whole another W for Jibs.
You probably can you just stop saying it in the third person. But yeah, so really big fan of episode 1, fan of the performances.
Yeah, it was a great episode to just build out the characters.
Yeah.
For someone like me, who I'm not really into Green Lantern, I'm not really into DC in general.
Yeah.
This was a great way for me to know about a Green Lantern, just the basics of how they work, Hal Jordan as a character, Jon Stewart as a character. This episode did a great job of doing that.
No, that's good. And before we move on to episode 2, I just want to point out just 2 things. What clinched it for me?
The cracking.
Besides that was I love the writing and the dialogue in this show.
Oh, it's so tight.
It's so tight and it's so interesting. I remember we were talking about it when we were watching episode 1 or 2, I don't know. And I said, like, I love scenes of just characters talking amongst each other. Don't get me wrong. The action CGI fight scenes amongst superheroes is fucking hectic. Don't get me wrong. I'm a nerd, by the way.
Yeah.
But what really gripped me to this show was the dialogue. Some of the conversations between Hal and John and the sheriff, I got her name, and the guy on the ranch. Granted, it's still the new show for me. I don't really know everyone's name, but I know the Lantern's name. It's really gripping dialogue, and the scenes are really well performed, well directed, and it just like feels like it feels like a higher genre level of superhero, if I were to say it.
The show's not finished. Obviously, I've seen 2 episodes, but it's kind of giving me. It's obviously not the same genre and thing, but it's low key. It's kind of giving me Winter Soldier vibes.
I absolutely agree.
It's giving me Captain America Winter Soldier vibes.
It does. It does. I didn't even think of that either.
And I just perk up. I look at the screen and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's enthralling. And the scene that points that out the most to me is the interrogation scene.
Yeah.
Because it's like this cat and mouse game between Hal and who he perceives as an alien, who turns out to be an alien.
Holy, what a good scene.
What a great scene. Obviously, it's
been
become a
now,
meme template. And those memes are fucking hilarious.
Those memes are hilarious,
But
dude.
that scene is so tense, and you can tell that, like, just with the performance. Again, Kyle Chandler is like, I love him as Hal. He, like he said, he's like kind of like the Peter Park. He's arrogant. Or the Anakin Skywalker, sorry. The arrogant kind of like, you know, talk shit type of character.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of, he's had a couple years.
Yeah, like you can't, you don't really see too much. Like it's talked about like he's been Green Lantern for like 30, 40 years.
20, 30 years, yeah.
You don't really see much of it in the beginning 2 episodes, but you could sort of feel the presence of like, even though he's not doing much, you're like, he can, at least he's talking, he can back up his shit.
He can back up his shit. And in that scene where he's just prying, it's so like, it's obviously not this good.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of like a Tarantino scene. Like if you've seen some of the scenes with Tarantino of like the Inglourious Basterds scene where he's prying the farmer for information. It's not obviously not that level. Again, I'm not trying to conflate, but it's like, it reminded me something like that. But to end off talking about episode 1, I think the talking point of the episode is the ending.
The ending, for sure.
I remember when you were watching it, when that came on, I kind of like turned my head.
Bro, this brother was looking at me and I'm like...
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, I was like, is Haldron fucking dead, dude?
Yeah, and I'm surprised because you saw this obviously a week after it had been released. I'm surprised you didn't get spoiled for it.
Oh, no, I didn't get spoiled
for it.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay off social
media. Yeah.
In general,
massive moment.
Yeah.
And obviously that takes place 10 years later than...
Yeah, so this works in 2 timelines.
So
we see Jon Stewart...
2 time periods.
2 time periods, then the same timeline. So the majority of the show that we've seen so far takes place in 2016.
2016.
And the present day, which we've only seen at the end of episode 1, takes place in 2026.
2026.
Now.
And it reveals an older, more chiseled Jon Stewart meets up with the sheriff again and then sees...
And then they just go up to the football
stand where
Hal Jordan's frozen, and I'm gonna say supposedly dead.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say supposedly dead.
Been a lot of backlash online, especially Green Lantern fans being like, "How could you kill Hal? I can't believe they've done this." I'm not watching the show.
You've got another fucking Green Lantern standing there. Who cares?
Got another Green Lantern standing there, but they haven't even... Oh my God, I'm burp. I've got to stop drinking that Pepsi Max so quickly. You don't actually know if he's actually dead or if it's even him. I mean, earlier in the episode, there was a alien that was a human that was impostering as an alien. You don't know. Mm-hmm. And I think anyone who's got a backlash against that decision, I think it's so bold. I can understand the love you have for this character that's been around for like 50, 70, 60, 70 years. But I think it's such a bold choice by the writers. I think it's a bold choice to go in that direction of like the buddy cop, the senior cop, and then there's the young, brash rookie. And to end off a pilot episode for people who aren't really into that sort of stuff, I feel like even if you knew nothing about Green Lantern, you could watch this and be like, wow,
This was me.
I'm engaged
I
now.
Basically, like, I know a little bit, I have a little bit of BK, but
yeah,
I basically know nothing about Green Lantern, and I'm like, holy.
Ending...
They really went there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that Spider-Verse type vibes where they kill off Peter, and you're like, can Miles really do this? Type thing, you know?
But
we'll move on to episode 2, which we watched today.
Yeah.
Great.
Another great episode.
Another great episode. Maybe a little bit less because there wasn't any cracking, but...
another great episode.
it was a great episode.
Does a bit more world building.
Yeah, this is the one where it starts progressing the actual plot itself.
The actual plot.
World building, which is cool to see.
I'm just trying to retrace what even happened in the episode. We have for a lot of this episode, Hal and John's paths diverge for a bit, and we have 2 different plots.
Yeah, so Hal basically tells John to go and get my
get his lantern.
Feed Earl and keep his bird construct. Which I think is going to be really important because...
I do think that's going to be important.
Because this is where my little bit of Green Lantern knowledge comes in.
Okay.
He kept the construct without the ring.
I didn't even clock that, bro.
Yeah,
Holy.
He kept the bird construct without the ring.
That is, he didn't.
Which shows you how, I'm going to, again, I could be laughing, which shows you how powerful John's will is.
And shows you the talent he could be as a Green Lantern. Because he's not actually a Green Lantern yet.
Yeah, he's not a Green Lantern.
Not, like, officially.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. I love how, I mean, there's a character called Anton or something like that who captures John and gives him a bit of world building onto what the Green Lanterns are and what the concept of the Manhunters are. I won't go into it because like where the show I think is going with the Manhunters, from what I've read in the comics and a little bit I know about Green Lantern, so excited for where they're going to take it. It's so exciting. Like, oh my God, it can go so many different directions. But I like that it's kind of fueling a bit of the tension between Hal and John. That's always kind of been there. Was in a little bit in episode 1.
And then you really see it in episode 2.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in like a dialogue piece. I don't know if you caught it. But later in the episode, when John eventually comes back and he opens his car and he sees alien goo everywhere, his license plate gone, you can see he's just standing there and he's like visibly like
frustrated,
angry as fuck.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, but I fully expected him to like blast Hal Jordan, but I think he said something else. Yeah,
Hal Jordan does seem to be pushing his buttons a bit, but I love that there's tension there, and they're not just buddy like they are in the comics.
Yeah.
It just makes it a bit more interesting. But also, the main crux of this episode is the mystery.
Yeah.
The mystery around the Makins. I think it's Will Macon. That's the character's name.
Yeah, the Makins. So it's just like basically what Hal does in this episode. So John is off on his own adventure with what Hal tells him to do.
Yeah.
Hal has this sneaking suspicion that this one alien is gone, but there's still a little bit...
Yeah, William Macon, yeah.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more, and he sort of thinks it's this guy on the farm, which is the sheriff's father-in-law.
Sheriff's father-in-law, William Macon, he owns this massive ranch in this town, and this whole show is based in this like southern town in Nebraska.
In Nebraska, yeah.
Which a lot of people complain is like, again, I keep on bringing up, people just need to just go with it and go with where the show's building up.
It's not in the shut up.
People say it's a bit too grounded. I really like it because I feel like they're building to bigger things. But yeah, this town run by this guy, William Macon. He owns this massive ranch, and he has a philosophy that is very anti-alien, completely.
It's basically racism.
Basically, it's a bit of an allegory for that, I think.
Yeah.
And there's tension between him and Hal, and I'm so curious on where they take that.
Yeah.
You know? There's something, you know, the thing that the show gets really well is like there's a sense of unease. Whenever you go on this ranch, it's like they've got an armed militia. There's an intimidating aspect to it, even though these guys are space cops.
Even in like the town, like there's no one in the town.
There's no one in the town. They even pan to a shot that there's no one in. There's this massive hospital. There's no one logged into it.
Yeah, no one's logged in or been logged out of the hospital.
Yeah, and small little hints like that is where it's like there's something bigger.
When you're watching the show and you can pick up on the smaller things, that's when you know. That's when you know a show is doing something.
Right, and it's subtle. And I feel like a lot of shows don't have subtlety, especially in its writing. But yeah.
And then basically, Hal Jordan finds out that basically metal detectors. They are not metal detectors. They detect aliens.
Yeah, so...
and the person at the ranch, the father-in-law, William Macon, he's the one that built them. Which is why Hal Jordan goes to his ranch again.
Yes, yeah.
And basically, at this point, Hal Jordan wanted to like use his Green Lantern powers, but his ring ran out of juice.
And I think it's a really good writing way to make it not seem... Because if he had full power, he could just...
he could have just...
You know, it's a really smart writing device, especially around something that is so overpowered.
Yeah. And basically confronts William. William tells him, "Get off my property."
Yeah, tells him to kick rocks.
Yeah, kick rocks, and then Hal Jordan gets shot by a sniper rifle.
Gets shot, yeah.
And then I think this is where it cuts to John Stewart, where he's been abducted. So John Stewart, he's at Hal Jordan's house, which holy Hal Jordan's house.
Mansion,
chandeliers and stuff.
Yeah.
Sees the Green Lantern suit in his closet. And then, the other thing that I want to touch upon is actually in small ways how the show shows you how smart Hal Jordan is.
Yes, yeah.
In terms of just like putting his key away from his house, like that was pretty smart.
And even just like his overall kind of not battle IQ, but his sense of awareness and like what's going on. Like in the show, everyone kind of doubts, is there fucking aliens? What the hell? There's no aliens. But for Hal Jordan, who's been a Green Lantern for multiple decades, he immediately senses something's up, you know?
Like this is stuff that like Batman would be doing.
Yeah, and I think that's just really, I think that's so cool, man. Like it makes Hal seem like a veteran, you know? And you can see why Jon Stewart, despite how they have a bit of tension, they clash. But yeah, like you said, he goes to his house, he gets his suit.
And the really cool thing is when he goes to get the lantern, it's in this box, and then once the box opens, it's like told to us that it's in a pocket dimension. Which that's just like, heck, that's so cool.
That's cool. It's like cool comic
booky things in a grounded show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pulls the lantern out, goes and feeds Earl, which I think you called, it was like, is it a fucking plant?
Yeah,
dude?
it's like a alien plant.
It's like a plant. And then John gets abducted at Hal's mansion.
Yeah.
And that's when we find out about these guys who introduce manhunters.
Yes. So yeah, he's abducted by what seems to be just normal blokes. But in the fight scene in the van, you can kind of think, well, these guys are kind of enhanced. These guys aren't normal guys.
Yeah,
you find out that they are aliens.
They're aliens, the one that like
impersonating. And what their goal is obviously the concept of the manhunters. I'll briefly touch on the manhunters. The manhunters are these android alien things that were created by the Guardians of the Galaxy. No, Guardians of the Universe. Holy laugh. Guardians of the Universe, who created the Green Lantern rings. Okay. And that was their first attempt at creating a peacekeeping organization around the universe. It failed. They went crazy. They started killing people off, killing entire species. That's where I think they're going towards, which leads to a certain character. If you guys know, you know. Mm-hmm. And it had seemed that in the past, they referenced that Hal Jordan has some sort of relationship with, coming into conflict with a manhunter. And they believe that the manhunters were all wiped out. But there was one that showed up on Earth.
Yeah, and there's one left.
There's one left that they believe, and it's impersonating as a human. There's several theories on that who we think it is. Maybe William Macon, maybe someone else. But that is what Jon Stewart is tasked by these alien guys, is to identify who the manhunter is.
Within 48 hours.
Within 48 hours. And immediately gives the plot, because the beginning of the episode is great, but it's still kind of slow-paced.
Yeah.
Immediately gives a sense of urgency to the plot of like, okay, this is where we're going. This is like, you can feel like, this is not just a filler episode. We know the plot's moving. And then when he gets back to, is it Hillsbury?
Who, John?
John, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he comes back. I think, yeah, he finally comes back.
Comes back to that town in Nebraska, and when he reunites with Hal, there's tension there, and he's asking him, what is the Manhunters? What is that thing there? Hal doesn't give him a lick of what that is. Mm. And immediately you see the tone shifting with Hal that, oh shit. Manhunters.
And then I guess right before Hal flies off, you see, so Jon Stewart gets abducted, gets information about the Manhunters.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Hal Jordan waking up in the hospital with the sheriff.
And bit of tension there between them, bit of sexual tension.
They're so cracking in episode 4, dude.
I think they are probably, honestly.
But the sheriff goes, in your sleep, you're talking about Sinestro.
Oh my God.
What a
great reveal.
Why is Hal Jordan talking about Sinestro?
Why is Hal Jordan talking about Sinestro? People who aren't familiar with Sinestro, famous Green Lantern villain, was a former Green Lantern. In some iterations, he was Green Lantern's mentor.
Yep.
Before he turned evil, and becomes a Yellow Lantern.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Hal Jordan and the Yellow Lanterns, could be hinting at a possible storyline with Hal Jordan and Sinestro, but it is revealed that it's like 10, 15 years ago that Hal Jordan had defeated Sinestro and put him in jail. So yeah, she says, like, you talk about Sinestro in your sleep.
And the reason she brings that up is because, which is a fair point, she's like, I'm the sheriff. I want to keep power in my own town.
Yeah,
because if you walk over me, who the fuck is going to listen to me?
Exactly. And I really like, I think her name's Kerry. Yeah,
Kerry.
She's a really like interesting character. She's very there's like a lot of there's a lot of tension between her and Hal.
In the hospital, and she talks about her marriage is like, it's not sound, and Hal goes, your marriage isn't good.
Your marriage isn't good, and Hal, he wants some of that.
He wants some of that.
But it kind of humidifies it. Humidifies.
Holy lava.
It humanizes her character, and you understand why she's so bashful and very like kind of rude, honestly, to Hal, because she senses a bit of a power vacuum in this town that has been taken over by her father-in-law, William Macon. And that's why she wants to kind of have a sense of authority, because she is the sheriff. She should be the main authority in this town, but she doesn't feel like it. So I really like that. But yeah, the last scene of episode 2, you see Hal suit up for the first time, which is so cool.
Yeah. And then he flies off
into orbit.
Great shot in space.
Bro, the CGI for a show, I mean, maybe because I'm just so used to Disney Plus shows CGI being like, man, that looked fucking unreal.
Goes to a prison, and we were like, we know where this is going.
We know who this is.
And then Hal Jordan goes and meets Sinestro. And he's asking Sinestro about the Manhunters.
What are the Manhunters? Now, I'll just ask you before we finish off our topic of the day. Do you think Hal knows what the Manhunters are? Or do you reckon he's genuinely asking because he doesn't really know? Or like he needs a better understanding? Because
I think he needs a better understanding, because there's no way, being 30, 40 years of being a Green Lantern, he doesn't know a lick of the Manhunters.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like a better understanding. But I think he still asks Sinestro, like, what is a Manhunter? And then
because Sinestro was a former Green Lantern and probably has a bit of knowledge on...
Yeah, more than Hal Jordan, obviously.
Yeah, and it's also revealed that Sinestro had killed one of the Guardians of the Universe.
Yeah.
Which is crazy and shows the threat that he is. But I just love how that episode ended as well.
Yeah, he was pretty much just like, the Manhunters are the second greatest threat in the entire universe.
Yeah.
If one is alive, then like you got to deal with it.
You got to deal with it. Yeah, absolutely. And where do you see the show going forward?
So I think episode 3, it's like, okay, now we're going to try and find this Manhunter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've also got the subplot of Hal Jordan training Jon Stewart. So,
yeah.
I think it might be... Because Jon Stewart was technically not meant to tell Hal Jordan this information.
No, he wasn't, yeah.
But he still told him anyways, and the preview sort of just shows that Jon Stewart is taking this upon himself to find out where are these Manhunters. When he was abducted as well, they showed them what the Manhunters did, or what they did to the Manhunters. So he knows something that like we don't, or what he's seen. What
I know exactly. So, you don't like? Sorry for cutting you off. Because I'm just probably really excited. I think I'm like 90% sure I know what these aliens showed Jon Stewart, because again, I won't go into spoilers, but there's a character that's introduced in Green Lantern lore, and I think in that omnibus, he's a very important character, and his origin is directly linked with the Manhunters. It's linked with Abin Sur, who is the former Green Lantern before Hal Jordan.
His name dropped in episode 1,
and the Guardians of the Universe, and I have a rough idea on what they had shown Jon Stewart, but I think the show does a good job of not showing you, but also showing his reaction to it, and holy shit, this is how big of a threat these guys are. And for me, I think the show can go in a multitude of ways. I have a bit of knowledge because of the comics, but again, I'm still kind of also like, man, where are they taking the show?
Yeah.
Again, back to the end of episode 1. How does that happen?
Yeah, like how's
in a 10-year stretch?
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I am enthralled by this show.
Yeah, this show is it's decent.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good. But any last things to say?
No, it's yeah, I guess I was wrong. Because I think a lot of the trailers, like, they only showed like episode 1 in the trailers. It's not much.
It's not much. They were hiding a lot of the Green Lantern stuff.
The Green Lantern stuff, which yeah, it was cool. But,
yeah,
great show. You know, it's got me on board in terms of the character of Green Lantern
and the lore and
stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing a great job of.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great show.
It's good.
Just in general, it's just a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. But that finishes our topic of the day. We're moving on to
what we're gonna do, EPL first, or
I can probably just keep it to NRL first and then EPL.
We'll do NRL. So this is our sports segment.
Again, we won't drag it on as long as we did two episodes ago, but we'll just go through it.
So
now.
it's round 25. First game was Panthers Storm.
Panthers defeat the Storm 22-14.
I didn't watch this game. Again, I was at netball.
I did watch this game, and Panthers just click back into form.
Damn.
After a very hard fought game against the Roosters the previous week, and we'll touch on the Roosters because my perspective on the Roosters has completely changed now as well. They're now equal points with the Warriors and the Roosters, battling for that minor premiership. But yeah, they click back into form.
Yeah, I thought the Storm could slightly upset with having Harry Grant back and Munster.
Yeah.
But they just first time in 16 years Melbourne don't make the finals.
Yeah, I mean that's
big.
That is massive. And even 16 years ago when they didn't make the finals, it was like because of a salary cap violation.
I'm trying to think.
2010.
Yeah, salary cap.
And so like realistically, when they haven't been out of the finals without like being stripped of their points, so I think it was like 2003 or 4.
Yeah,
which is like this is like a 2-decade long reign of just being competing in finals
dominance,
football.
Yeah, dude.
And then there's other teams like the Tigers and the Titans that haven't been in the finals in years or have made one finals appearance in the last. But I'll give credit to Tigers later on because I was shitting on them last episode. But I think Storm just kind of missing out on a bit of the class from Jerome Hughes, but I think Penrith were just very good in this game. They just don't really make errors. Very consistent. They got to an early lead, 22-0
at halftime. I did see that.
Storm brought it back with a lot of great plays by Tyron Wishart, who leaves next season. I think this guy's really good, and I think you can kind of plug him anywhere. 9, 7, 13.
14, yeah.
14. He's a great player, and they clawed back a bit to 22-14, but again, Penrith too classy. Don't have much to say about them. They are still a threat. To end this off, they're still a threat for the premiership. Let's not get it twisted. I know they lost last week, and I was like kind of...
And they've been kind of like up and down.
Up and down a little bit. They're still a fucking threat.
Still a threat, dude.
Scary team to play, and they could definitely win it.
Next game was Broncos beating the Raiders 34-30.
Yeah.
Holy match, dude.
Just got to say, I just want to geek out a bit. I can't believe we're getting Payne Haas. I still can't believe it, bro. We're getting... Dude, this guy is going to be the greatest prop of all time.
He is the greatest prop of all time.
I think he already is, but anyone who's kind of like on the fence, he's going to be. And if you don't think so, show someone this game, and then you'll know why people think he is. 82 fantasy points.
That try Payne Haas scored where he just got the ball and just fucking...
Bro.
Dude.
He had a play where he was running and he just bumped off Owen Paddy. He was never brought down like at all this game. He's always making post contact meters. Just killing them up the middle. And it pains me that he's not playing in the World Cup for Samoa. because this guy is generational, once in a generation type of player, and I rate him so highly. I thought Hayes Perrin was really good at the back because they've lost Walsh.
Hey, I just realised you have David Fifita and now you have Payne Haas.
I know.
The old Broncos boys.
That's true. That's true.
I just realised that. Holy.
Under Bennett as well. Woo! But then we'll talk about that next year.
We'll talk about that next year
But,
when you guys are getting
yeah,
the spoon. Holy Owen Paddy legacy game,
Owen
dude.
Paddy is like, I think
He kicked a 40-20.
Ridiculous.
Scored a try. Put in a kick for
Yeah.
a try assist.
ridiculous. This guy is unbelievable. I mean, I think in our first episode we were talking about how good this guy was, or maybe second episode. This guy is unbelievable, and it makes you think that maybe he should have been starting earlier, and maybe because like early on, Ricky was pretty definitive on Starling is our starting 9, and he's been at the club for multiple years now. Makes you think maybe Owen Paddy should be the starting 9, and maybe they'd be playing finals if he was, because he's that good.
He had a hand in 3 of their or 4 of their tries.
Ridiculous.
Dude.
Guy's an absolute weapon. I think obviously Raiders fans will be disappointed that they're not playing finals, but they've had a lot of great performance to end out the year, and I think next year will be very exciting for them. Yeah. I think they will be back up there. It took a bit of time for them to adjust having a new 7.
Having no Fogarty,
but still they should be competing, because they were minor premiers
last year. So the drop-off wasn't...
It's a pretty big drop-off, but, I'm excited to see where they go. And, Owen Paddy... Oh, Ethan Strange had a ridiculous try as well.
Yeah, like Ethan Strange had a bit of a quietish game, but then I'm pretty sure as soon as the commentators recognized that, he made like a insane break.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he made a break, and
he made a break which
put it inside the Weeks.
He chucked in the grubber, which
is that for the Weeks try?
No, Weeks didn't score. It was in the last minute that Weeks. If they caught it, Raiders win the game.
That's right. Yeah. I know he had a big moment in this game.
Yeah, he chucks a kick in, and literally
Weeks had a double.
The thing that decides the game is the bounce of the ball. The bounce of the ball is what decided the game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Broncos, I don't know. They looked a lot better with Ben Hunt at halfback.
Yeah, I think.
Now that Reynolds is retiring, having Hunt and Ezra Mam. And even Hunt is old as well.
Hunt is old, and you could see, because I love Adam Reynolds. This guy won me a premiership for my club, for a club that I didn't even think we would ever win one. I have so much love for him, and he just retired, so credit on a fantastic career. But you definitely saw a drop-off this year, like a massive drop-off. And I think Ben Hunt's still great, but you could see that with him. But if he continues this to next year, maybe that's a lot better combination with Mam.
I think, I don't know, I don't watch the Broncos games too often because obviously but every time I've seen Ben Hunt in the halves, they've just looked a much better team.
Yeah.
Much better team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He's better defensively as well.
Yep.
But we'll move on to our next game, which was the Dolphins defeating the Parramatta Eels 34-16. Dolphins continuing great form.
I mean, Eels gave them a bit of a scare early on. I think they were up 12-0.
Yeah.
They were up 12-0 early, but then...
They were.
The Dolphins, they do this every game where...
They just turn on and, a try in the 24th minute, 28th minute, 35th minute.
Yeah. As soon as the
Dolphins... of 11 minutes to score 3 tries.
The Dolphins do this. They sort of
Yeah, they do.
They get beat defensively in the first maybe 20, 25 minutes. And then as soon as they get the first try, oh, brother, you better be on defensively or you're getting torn to shreds.
It was like what they did last week against the Broncos. Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago against the Broncos?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Where they were kind of adjusting to the game and suddenly they just click and they just pile up points quickly. Great performances all around by Plath and
Max Plath, man.
Plath, Gunn. Herbie, again, best centre in NRL.
In the game.
Nothing much I can say there. But I want to give credit to Brian Poinu. I think it was his second NRL game coming in for Connolly Lemuelu.
Yep.
Who got injured last week, I think.
Against Manly.
Yeah, last week.
Against Manly, yeah.
Comes straight into the side as an 18-year-old. This guy should be playing fucking SG ball, and he runs for 170 something meters,
Holy.
killing it on that edge, left edge, I think. Yeah, left edge. This guy is so talented. They have so much depth on the edge, the Dolphins, and I just really rate him, and I think he's going to be a star for the future and for Queensland.
No one asked about Queensland. Dude.
And it's really exciting to see them develop a lot of good young players, especially if, like, again, they have injuries like Lemuelu, or this kid can also play centre as well.
Dude, cracked.
So I just want to shout out to him because he was a gun. But, yeah, again, Parramatta had the best performance they could have for the injuries and the situation that they have.
Oh, for sure.
You know. We were talking about Ronald Volkman.
Oh, dude, that guy.
He's been
killing it the last 7-8 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the start of the season they had kid from Storm,
Jonah Peasant.
Yeah, as the 5'8", next to Mitch Moses. This guy's just played his way into a position at 5'8", and has been arguably one of their best players. Arguably their best player.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And then it's kind of sad because
don't you want to bring up with Volkman?
Yeah, so it's not official out there. It's definitely not official, and I don't know if there's rumors. If you just obviously critical thinking, Luai is coming next year, so it's like, what do they do with Volkman?
Yeah,
I have some sources that Volkman will
be testing the open market.
The open market, will be looking elsewhere.
Wow.
Because the club, obviously, Luai's coming in, just hinders his development, but it's also just like, I'm pretty sure the club just also pushing him out as well.
I mean, that's
which is crazy.
I mean, what, you're going to take Luai for 1 year, which Luai is fantastic, don't get me wrong. Already one of the greatest 5'8" of all time. But you're having him for 1 year over a kid who he's our age, so he's 24-ish, still has a lot of time to develop.
Yeah, and you can see his growth in the last 8 weeks.
In the last 8 weeks, he wasn't even, probably going into the preseason, he wasn't even their starting 5'8". They didn't even really have plans to develop him. He just came in and started killing it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to cut him? Like, a team's going to pick up his signature. For sure. For sure. Kidding me? He's been playing so well, but yeah, we'll move on. Do we have to move on to the next game?
We'll move on to the next game,
I'll
guys.
leave it all to you because, look, I will say,
dude,
fuck Manly, but that was a really good performance.
That was really, really good.
And I didn't even see it live. I had to rewatch this, but I just heard, oh my God, Manly played so well.
Yeah, they did. So, Manly beat the Knights 44-24. Sucked in, Thomas. You Novocastrian monkey. Dude, how I've been yearning for this. The way that we yearn for lovers, the way I was yearning for my team to win, dog. Dude. Okay. Great performance by Manly. Under strength, Clayton Faulaulo at 6. What a gun, dude.
I mean, we were talking about this kid. Not kid, like you said, he's kind of...
Off camera. We were talking about him a lot more off camera.
Yeah.
This guy...
26, but like...
I told you, he's not young
yeah,
either.
He's not young.
Like 27.
But he's not old either.
He's
like entering his prime.
Yeah, if not, he's in his prime right now.
Guys, I didn't even know he could play 6. I thought he was a fullback. I thought he was a fullback, outside back.
He can play anywhere.
Gone!
And that first try where Lehigh... Look, it was a forward pass, the first try. Lehigh... I'll admit it was a forward pass. About 3 meters forward. But then to grab the ball, sprint the field, and then just beat Ponga. He just beat Ponga.
He just beat him. Yeah.
He just fully beat him.
Just gets it out. It was just like it was supposed to be I think it was 40 meters out, one off carry off the ruck.
And then just...
I don't know how he gets out of the... How did he get through the line? Did he just beat...
So Lehigh offloaded, and there was no one in front of, like...
Oh, Lehigh carried it.
And then
offloads Clayton pushed up. Yeah.
Clayton pushed up, which is like... That's something that's
fullback.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
Fullback-ish. Clayton was the only one who was pushing up.
That's a very fullback play to do, because I know Fletcher Sharp on the other end, he does that a lot, where he plays at 5'8", but he also kind of roams around and is always around the ball.
Yeah, and that's like the one thing.
But yeah, he just beats Ponga.
He just absolutely beats Ponga and like sucked in. But like, you're a great player, Ponga, but like you've been pissing me off the last 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Sucked in, dude. Yeah, and then look, Newcastle pile on points. They were up 18-6.
They're similar to the Dolphins.
They were similar.
Yeah.
They piled on some points. You know, you're looking at this and you're like, oh, Manly defensively, and then Dominic Young, he hip drops Kohler, which Kohler goes off for the rest of the game.
Goes off for the rest of the game. That was a bad hip drop.
Yeah, they also the curse that I was talking about. They took the 2, did the hip drop, got sin.
You could be onto something.
Got sin binned, and then Manly brought it back to 18 all.
Yeah.
And then 24-18 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then from then on, from halftime, our attack just clicked. Like Newcastle were just going side to side. I think from what I could see, I could be wrong, but Newcastle, they thought they could easily just get around us because of the way that we've been playing. But defensively, we showed up a little bit more. We had Caleb Navale came back from an ACL, the fastest player to come back from an ACL.
6 months.
6 months.
Crazy. He gets over.
He gets over. Dude, he's a great replacement for Jake. The leg speed he brings, he bends the line every time he carries the ball.
He was really good when I rewatched the game.
Ball playing ability, I haven't seen that from him yet, so I need to watch that a little bit more. But the way that he's just something that we need from the forward back, just someone who takes the ball up and just lays the platform.
It's so funny because when we were talking about it, I think last week or two episodes ago, I think what your Achilles heel this season has been the depth in the forward pack and lack of punch. And I didn't even know about this guy.
I knew about this guy from last year.
I didn't even know about him. And rewatching this game, the highlights and going through it all, this guy was so good for you guys. And you guys needed an extra kind of punch up the middle. And I don't necessarily think a 13 has to have amazing ball playing ability. Sometimes I don't even have to have it at all, really.
Yeah.
Like Jason Taumalolo is arguably the greatest lock of all time. Wasn't the best ball player. Damaging ball runner.
Absolutely, like no one could stop him. Yeah. No one can stop him.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Caleb, like he is our future 13.
Yeah. Josh Felaherty coming on.
For
scores a hat-trick.
Hat-trick.
Beacon Hill Jr. Shout out Beacon Hill Bears. Shout out Josh Felaherty. Weapon.
Okay. Narrowina boy. Okay. Josh Felaherty scores a hat-trick. No one had that on their multi. You know,
No.
I had my mates in my ear. Josh Felaherty, hat-trick.
Who put that on?
But, you know, Corey Waddell had a decent game. Like, the whole team had a decent game. Like, Fogarty found his kicking boots for the goal. He had a decent game. And also, another guy who had a really, really good game that people don't talk about, Tommy Turbo.
I was just about to bring that up. He didn't have the greatest game.
But you could feel his impact.
I was just going to say that him in this side changes the whole side. Just like morale and effort-wise.
There was one play, I think, did they go for a 40-20 and he caught it on the full sliding?
Yes! Oh my god, what the fuck was that,
what
bro?
a freak, dude.
Gun.
Absolutely, like, not...
Gun.
Tommy Turbo healthy is the best player in this sport.
I think so.
I
can't
any
really
era,
argue against it.
In any era. No one is stopping him. That's why he was in a conversation between Teddy, Tommy, and whoever the third fullback was for New South Wales. Edwards. Tommy at his best clears all of them.
If in an alternate world where Tom Trbojevic never gets injured or isn't as injury prone as he is, he's probably the greatest player of all time.
The greatest player of all time.
He's the most talented, bro.
It's just his ball playing abilities as a fullback.
Yeah. Running ability.
Tackle
breaks.
He's got everything.
It's just his health. And again, I also just think this side is built around him. Yeah. You know? Like, I think Clayton can fill in that role, but this team is Tron Trebojevic's team.
Like, Clayton is talented, but you can see the difference between Clayton at fullback and Tommy at fullback.
Yeah. But Clayton's still
really
fantastic,
good.
And I would still prefer him over Lehigh or Kohler at the back. But this team is Tron Trebojevic's team, and they just kind of click when he's out the back.
Yeah, and not
the
just...
only issue is just his health, man. It's just like such an issue.
Yeah, and it's like him, when he's there attacking, they just look so much better going out the back.
Yeah.
And the other thing that no one will talk about, that I talked about last week when the when we had Lehigh at the back for the Dolphins game. He's so good defensively, not just as a fullback himself, but commanding his defensive line.
Great defensively.
You could
fundamentally sound just everywhere.
You could tell like the defensive line is so much better when Tommy is at the back.
Absolutely.
It's just
Before we move on, do you want to just touch on shocking loss for Newcastle? Going into this game,
frauds, bunch of frauds.
Newcastle are going to beat the brakes off you guys, and they're pushing for, that fifth spot. Maybe they can't make the top four, but they were pushing for a home final.
Yeah, which is big in finals.
Which they still can, if they stay at sixth. But they want that fifth spot because they want to play the Cowboys or us. I'll get to us in a sec, but
really,
that's shocking. I'm shocked that Newcastle lost this game.
You could still see it, but they, still credit to Newcastle from where they were last year. They were wooden spooners.
Yeah, they've still turned it around.
So it's still a great season for them regardless, but disappointing in the fact of how good they've been going and then to drop a performance like that.
Yeah.
It's just, from what I saw from the Knights, they were just too sideways. They weren't really direct. Look, they were at points, they were cooking Ruben Garrick. Like they weren't giving Bradman Best enough ball.
Yeah.
He was absolutely torching Ruben Garrick.
Yeah.
But they just had errors. Like Ponga, one of the tries, Ponga is trying to throw a ball, Falcons Lehigh, and Lehigh goes and scores.
Yeah.
So Ponga had a little bit of an offish game.
I just would have thought with Bradman Best coming back, I thought they would have just killed you.
It's just the Knights. I think I've said this. Massive W Jibs for NRL ball knowledge.
Frauds,
Newcastle defensively just not.
There's questions.
There's always there, especially last week against the Titans. They were struggling against the Titans for a little bit, which other teams have, which we'll get to. But great performance from Manly. Mathematically, we'll still make the top 8.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But great performance from Manly to sort of break a 6-game losing streak, and I'm excited for what Foz has for next year when he can bring in some troops. Has no injuries to work with, and Manly's going to win the comp next year. This year, actually.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next game, which will...
Can we skip this fucking game, brother?
The Rabbitohs lose 26-45 against the New Zealand Warriors.
I'm going to slouch my chair a bit. What is it?
I'll let you... I watched this game. I'll give my take afterwards, but I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, disappointing from the boys. I've got to say, man, the Warriors are a great team. I hate to say it. They are a really good team.
They're the real deal, bro.
They are the real deal. How I was talking about the Roosters last week is how I should be talking about them. Because they are a premiership threat, absolutely. And I went into this game with high hopes that we could maybe upset them because of Metcalf getting injured. But then... a guy named fucking Luke Hansen comes in, who's played one NRL game, fits in perfectly.
He was great, dude.
And I got to give credit to Andrew Webster. This is his 4th half he's put into this spine. They don't seem to drop a beat. This team's so consistent. They don't make mistakes. They're so good in yardage. Up the middle, they've got a punch of Fisher Harris and Barnett. And then, on the bench, you can just have, Stour Smith, who has been good, Valmunga, who's been really good. And this kid, Eddie Idemia Toyava, where the fuck did he come from? Because I never heard of him. I did not know. I sure do now. Holy fucking shit, this kid killed us. It was a try by Harris Tavita in the 32nd minute where we were kind of...
As soon as I saw that try, I messaged our group chat and I was like, "What an insane try!"
I was like, it was back and forth. I think it was, I think it was like 18-12 or something.
It was very close at
game.
one point.
Valmunga brings the ball up, last minute kind of ball plays.
No looks, short passes,
short pass, and Bud Sullivan, who's notoriously been a questionable defender, is kind of just lacking. To tie in and I think it was on David Fafita's side. And this kid, Eddie Irumia Toyava, straight through the middle. No one around him.
And you're looking at him.
Clear as day, and then he's got support on his left side.
Doesn't give it.
He decides to try and get around the fullback, and I'm like, man, Dufty's got this motherfucker.
Before I even could say the words, this guy fucked up, chucks an offload.
Ridiculous offload. He tries to get around Dufty. Dufty cuts him by the legs. This guy flicks the ball, flick pass, and who's there? Chanel Harris-Tavita. And to end off what my part of it, Harris-Tavita might be a smoky for Dally M. Truly.
Ooh.
Might be a smoky for Dally M. This guy has led his team to number 1 on the ladder after 25 rounds, with 4 different halves, with his fullback getting injured, with his second fullback coming in, and then his fullback coming back. He's had multiple injuries in the outside backs, or chopping and this team is chopped and changed. They did not start with Lek Alasima in the centres, and Pompey, and Khan Pereira, who they just picked up, who's been killing it. Absolutely killing it.
Khan Pereira's right here.
Right there. And through all of that, who has been spearheading this team? Chanel Harris-Tavita. I'm just saying right now, I think he can win the Dally M if he keeps up this form. He is so good. I did not see his development. Like, how old is he? Let's have a look. He is...
Because he's been playing... I remember watching him debut.
He's
27. He's in his prime now.
He's 27. And I did not expect to see him have a jump in development at the age of 27 to the point where I would say, this guy might be the Dally M winner. Truly. I think he's that good.
Especially like...
He is so consistent. He's great defensively. He's digging into the line. He's commanding his... He is the 7. He's the 7 of this side.
You also forget he played with Sean Johnson.
Yeah.
You have Metcalf, you have Tanner Boyd, you have Tamari Martin. Chanel Harris was technically, even though he played alongside him, the first successor to Sean Johnson.
Yeah, and I know why. I know my team lost, and I fucking hate that. And I'm scared when it comes to the ladder because I don't want to verse a home final against Newcastle. Going up there, that's gonna be tough to win.
Yep. No one wants to go to Newcastle.
No one wants to go to Newcastle, especially me. Especially me. But I just need to give credit to this Warriors side because I think they've just been champions, and I hate to say it. Even though, I've got to point out Cody Walker was really good. Duncan was really good in stretches. AJ always seems to find the try line. But this Warriors team is a threat. They're so consistent. They're so well coached. I think Webster is the best coach in the NRL, or at least the most informed. And,
I think if Harris-Tavita, because I didn't even think about that. If it's Harris-Tavita that's not Dally M, it's fucking Aaron Clark, dude.
Yeah, Aaron
That guy's the best lock in the game right now.
I didn't even mention Wade Egan as well.
That guy's been...
Wait, did you say his try for...
He came
set up for Barnett? Oh my God,
He got offloaded from Penrith, and I remember when Penrith offloaded it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see why they offloaded him. He's kind of cocky, keeps giving no-look passes.
Yeah.
He can...
Bro, he's up there in try assists.
Hey, bro, that guy is so, dangerous.
Let me pull up try assist leaders.
Because
I know he's up there.
Because for,
No?
Who?
Oh, no, I'm just... What were you saying?
Oh, watching the Warriors game with Wade Egan in that team, he's just... I don't fucking understand how he does it. He engages both their markers, and he's so good. He still gets whoever his prop is in behind the ruck. Even if the 2 markers are there, he gets them in behind the ruck. I don't understand it. And it lays the platform for the forwards, which then lays the platform for the halfback, for the 5'8".
Maybe he's not up there in try assists.
And it's just Wade Egan's development from leaving Penrith, being offloaded, to now being pivotal in this Warriors team.
He's been so good for them.
He's been so good. I've been stunned by Wade Egan. And I'm surprised no one talks about him.
No one talks about him. And there was also chat earlier this year of him being picked for Origin. And I saw people be like, and even myself, I was like, Wade Egan.
If you've been watching the Warriors games, he's just,
He's been so good. We'll move on from this fucking shut-ass game.
Yeah.
But the Warriors are a threat. Everything I said about the Roosters, this applies to the Warriors. Roosters last week, it applies to the Warriors this week. They're fantastic.
Yeah, and like I told you, like the Warriors had that one bad game, but I was like, that's a sign of a great team. Like,
Yeah.
And you're seeing it now. They're just going man for man.
Yeah. Next game was the Bulldogs
Holy-
defeating the Dragons 44-14.
Holy belter ass.
Not really much to say
Belter
for
ass.
the Dragons because they were very kind of poor in stretches. I missed out on half this game because I was like, I'm not watching the rest
I
of
didn't
this.
watch this game because again I had a games night. I was probably mic deep into singing "Closer" by Chainsmokers.
But I will say it keeps the Bulldogs' hopes for the top 8 alive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Cowboys and South still need to just win one game and then that's it. But the Bulldogs, I've talked of them being inconsistent, and obviously we talked about last week, we don't know if Crichton's a 6. They were able to get a very convincing win against the Dragon side that's been kind of on the up in the last 2-3 weeks.
They've been on the up.
So it wasn't like, oh my God, we're versing the last place side, we're going to kill these blokes. But, yeah, credit to the Bulldogs. I think Crichton kicking 7 from 7, man. This guy's a fantastic goal kicker. There's still hope. That's all I'll say. I didn't really watch much of this game, so I can't really analyse it as much, but there's still hope for them. They are sitting at 9th on 28, right behind the Cowboys and Souths, and their points for and against is better than the Cowboys, so they just got to hope that they stay equal with the Cowboys, and they might get over the line in the top 8, but Bulldogs fans still might be kind of frustrated with where their season's at, but there's still hope.
Yeah, there's still hope, but again, I can't really comment much. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game, but I what I will say is I didn't expect the score to be a blowout like this, especially because again, watching the Dragons come on the up like
Last 2-3 weeks.
last 2-3 weeks where they've been they've won their games, they're an exciting team to watch, especially
playing a lot better brand of football, the Dragons.
Yeah, and it's just more so credit to the Bulldogs chucking on 40 points where they've been struggling for points, blowing out a team like that. It gives them hope.
Absolutely, and especially to end this game off is we've talked about how Adam O'Brien coming into this side as the attacking coach, their attack's been a bit questionable. Putting 44 points on is a good sign that maybe their attack is kind of turning around. But,
especially with our mate, he's overseas right now. They could insert a Macpool Fissy into the Bulldog system. Shout out.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next game, which I did watch. Did you watch this?
I watched a little bit of it, but we went to the gym after.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I watched the back half of it.
The Sharks versus the Titans. The Sharks win 30 to 22 against the Titans. Holy, the Sharks are frauds. Holy, as soon as
I don't know. Look, yes and no.
Dude, they're frauds. This song and dance has been going on for years. They're frauds.
We've been talking about this past couple of weeks. Yeah, that's true.
They are frauds. Braden Trindle not being in this team, I was watching that stretch where the Titans were leading.
Yeah.
They were so incoherent. Nico Hines dropping the ball, shitting his pants, where he really needed to step up. And eventually, they got the win. They did step up. I didn't watch the back end of the game because I think we started playing pro. We started playing pro club.
Yeah. I had the game on in the background,
but they were struggling against. Look, Titans. I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. I like the Titans. They're just defensive.
Really?
Attacking wise, they've got it, but it's just defensively they just get found out too easily.
Yeah. I think. Look, I think the Titans have a lot of potential, especially attacking wise. Strike everywhere. Fafita's made leaps and bounds coming from Origin. Kinney's been playing really well.
I mean Jojo Fafita's the leading. He's leading run meters.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
sorry. Philip Sami.
Philip Sami, a player who's been really good, which I'm surprised they haven't let him
go. Him and not far behind is Keanu Kinney, and the gap between them is still 600 meters.
No, I agree. I just think the lack of a true 7 and a cohesive spine is what kills the Titans. They've got so much strike. Like, Brimson is a player that I really rate because he has been willing to play anywhere. Fullback, centre, wing, 5'8", anywhere. And has done a job. Sammy, Fafita. I think De Groot's been pretty good on the wing as well, who's also a fullback. They've got like 4 fullbacks in their side. And I think Campbell's good as a running 5'8", but I just think maybe his combination with the rest of the spine sometimes doesn't connect. I think Pasco's been probably their rookie sensation. But again, the lack of a game-managing, directing 7, which was why I think they're missing Zane Harrison a lot.
Like, Ilias was...
For a young guy, he's shown that.
Like, Ilias was in this side, his NRL experience, he's a good player. I'm going to say he's a good player.
He's a good player. He's not a great player. And they just need a bit of direction, you know?
Yeah.
And they also just need a bit of composure. I think that's the main thing for the Titans is, like, when the going gets tough and they're in the grind...
They need to not make as many errors.
Many errors. They need to kick to corners and complete their sets. Like, they've never been a team... I think they're last in completion rate or second last. They've never been a team that's very good at completing their sets and playing just safe and, like, being really, like, consistent with their footy. They've always been up and down. One week they can really pile on points and beat the Broncos, upset them. There's another week where they can get absolutely torched by, like, the Sharks or Newcastle or something like that. So I just think maybe next season, you know, if they can just get a pre-season out of Zane Harrison, really build into him, invest in him, build around the spine.
Straight up build a team around him.
Make a cohesive spine. And they've got talent. Man. Tino is their captain. He's fantastic. Khalees Haas was solid at prop, but I think also Cooper Bye is a player that I had a lot of expectation into going into the season. I'm watching them under 19s last year for Queensland. Killed it. He's been a player that's kind of... His development's kind of been stunted a bit because of the lack of being a good team. The Titans, you know? So... Yeah, maybe there is hope for the Titans. I don't know, but for right now,
it's just like the Sharks. We'll touch on the Sharks now. Like Puru had an awful game, dude.
Yeah,
had a stinker, dude. It's like someone took his undies out. someone fucking pulled his pants down and decided to say that man.
Someone took his undies out. That's so good. I mean, yeah.
And like they lost Braden Trindle, which is a massive loss in their attack. I can't understand how big it is. That guy is.
He's
so
getting Dally M talks. That's how good
he is. But it does not excuse how poor they were defensively. Defensively on their line, like the Sharks are a very physical team. When you look at their like forwards, like Adam Fanua-Blake had a great game.
Yeah.
Blake Brayley had a great game. Cam McInnes had a good game.
Had a try
as well. Nickera, like these are like when you think of the Sharks forward pack, you're thinking of strong line runners, very solid in contact, very physical, and just to be beaten like that defensively by the Titans, who are a great attacking team, but when you like a couple weeks ago, you were going band for band against an informed Manly, who are very physical, very in your face. Yeah. To come like that against the Titans is, I'm sorry, it's just rubbish. It's just like you're frauds.
There's so much potential with the Sharks, and again, we talk about it every week. They're not going to be any sort of evaluation with them doesn't matter until it comes to finals. Because all this criticism you're saying, I agree, but if they can win a finals game and can go on a run, they could win. They've got the side to win a premiership.
They do,
but it's like every year, it's like. We think the Sharks
are going to... Same song and dance.
Same song and dance, yeah.
The thing I'll say is, like, when you watch a normal NRL match versus a finals, like, teams can flip it on like that in a finals match.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what Cronulla have to start doing, which they haven't been doing, they need to start playing finals football now.
Yeah.
They need to start smashing their teams, and they're not.
They did have a good stretch mid-season.
They did have a good stretch.
They've dropped a bit.
But they need to do that now.
Oh, yeah. But they still got this win. They still got the win.
In the end, they did get the win.
They did get the win.
Katoa with a...
Arguably try of the season.
Try of the season. That somersault. It was just
Somersault over Philip Sammy. Damn.
holy and
ridiculous athleticism.
Again, I have to bring up he was at the Warriors, but before that he was like one of Manly's enforcers, Adam Fanua-Blake. Dude, this guy's come back from Origin, and he does the same thing that Vaimunga did. Chucks a short ball.
He's good at that late footwork, late ball.
Who did he give it to? Talakai. Talakai, he had a great game as well. Gives a short ball to Talakai. Talakai runs about 30 meters, gets tackled on the 10-meter line, and then Brayley just passes the ball to Fanua-Blake, and they're supposed to go at the back, and he sort of just like he steps one person, cuts back inside, and just powers over everyone. Dudes are like...
He's got some of the best footwork for a big
middle
forward
forward
I've ever seen. He's so good at it. At the late footwork at the line.
Yeah, it just always almost beats the first man every time.
Every time. Yeah, he's been fantastic. Kind of all season. But, yeah, look, again, I agree with a lot of your criticisms, but we won't know until finals with the Sharks. And I'm just going to wait and hold my tongue when it comes to that. We'll move to our last game of the round.
Frauds! Holy Roosters
wow!
Lose to the West Tigers.
I look like a fucking clown because of what I said last week. Look,
24.
Look, the Roosters are still equal with the Warriors and Penrith and could still clinch the minor premiership. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
But losing to the Tigers is worrying signs.
There's a clip that you didn't post because of this game.
Yeah. So I was going to post more clips on the TikTok and IG Reels talking about, man, the Roosters were so good last week. And they were fantastic last week.
Because I didn't watch last week's game, I wasn't on the high of them beating Penrith.
You weren't. So you had a different interpretation going into this game.
Because my interpretation is what I have now, that the Roosters are frauds. Don't get it wrong.
Really?
They're still a top team.
I don't know.
They're still in the top 4. They could still clinch the minor premiers. They've been a great team, you know. But for weeks, except the Penrith game is the outlier. For weeks, they've been sort of stinking it up in periods of games.
A little bit.
And then cleaning up the rest of it.
Yeah.
This was the game that eventually they finally shows their cracks.
Yeah. I'm shocked at this result. I'm going to be honest.
I
said
shocked.
last week I think it was going to be 800-0.
I was on TikTok and a Roosters fan, I can't remember who it was. Definitely wasn't Hainsey, that fucking Rooster, man, fucking dickhead. They looked at the lineup on Teamless Tuesday and they were like, "Why the fuck are we fielding a full strength Roosters side? What are we doing?"
Yeah.
For only them to get beat by the
arrogance there,
the West Tigers, which I said because we were at the gym when this game was happening. And we were watching it. I said that
Coruscant was having a good game.
I didn't watch much of the game. I took one look at one play and I said Coruscant's on one.
Coruscant was on one. Yeah.
And what happened when
15 minutes later.
15 minutes later, I look at my phone. I'm like, the Tigers are in the lead. Guess who scored? Coruscant.
Yeah.
He
looked so classy.
Again, it's just guys in the big 2-6.
Oh my God, can we stop
in the
this
big
shit,
2-6, like again, if you want my number, let me know. But like in the big 2-6, Jibs is catching nothing but fucking W's, dude. I took one look at the play. I looked at Coruscant and I said he's having a
He did look really good.
And what it was for me is Coruscant was a dummy half. Like Coruscant is one of the great dummy halves of our game. Obviously, me and him have that Fijian connection, you know, just. But he out of dummy half, which like I pray for dummy half service every time, is his wide pass. It was going at least 20 meters off the ruck. It just eliminates your 2 markers. It eliminates your A, B, and sometimes even C defender. Yeah. Which it just creates an automatic overlap on the outside, and there's nothing you can do. Just something as simple as delivering a wide pass off the ruck. Coruscant's the best person who does it in the game.
He's so good.
He's so good.
He's got fantastic
I
delivery.
saw one pass and I was like, Coruscant's on one in this game.
He also just one of those players that he looked very classy with some of his touches and some of his ability to just like kind of kick out a dummy half. And he just looked, obviously from the limited stuff I saw in the game, he just looked very good. But like I'm just shocked. Like I'm looking at the stats, like they had 100 more run meters the Roosters. They had way more post contact, double the amount of line breaks, double the amount of tackle breaks. And it just seemed maybe in this game that, like, the Tigers were just more classy in the small opportunities they had.
Yep.
And also, when we were watching this game earlier, the Roosters gave up a lot of errors.
So many errors.
A lot of errors in the first half. I think they got up to nearly like 9 errors in the first half, something like that. I just, even the missed tackles, like the Tigers had double the amount of missed tackles. I'm just kind of floored at how that even happened. But I will say that we did see that it might have been either the first or the second Skelton try. Fantastic long ball.
Yeah.
From Jerome Luai. No, it wasn't Jerome Luai.
It was Buller, wasn't it? No.
No. I'm thinking of a different, because he just passed it on to.
Back on the inside. We're thinking about the offload.
I'm thinking about the offload. Yeah.
But I think there was a sweeping backline play and someone chucked a cutter. It might have been Luai.
Yeah.
And he gives it to Skelton.
Yeah.
And he scores down the line. But look, I still think the Tigers are the shittest team in the comp.
I don't know, dude.
But this game, again, holy Jibs W, but this game, I said to you, I was like, this game shows you that Benji hasn't lost the players.
No. I thought maybe he might have.
I don't think he lost the players. I just think, what Luai has been doing is dumb. He's just signing for Parramatta and all that stuff. You know?
I'm not too sure what's going on there.
But I just think, speaking as a footy player myself, I think, especially when they've been losing, I don't know, it's just sometimes the ego gets to them a little bit. It's doesn't matter, we can still go out and do the job.
Yeah.
And it's just they don't, again, I might be talking out of my ass, but it's the issue that I've had with Manly players. You're a top NRL team, but don't have the attitude of, that you're a top team, because you're not.
Yeah, no.
Because you need to work your ass to get off there.
Absolutely.
And which this game shows that the Tigers can work to get there.
Absolutely, yeah.
When the going gets tough, the Tigers need to learn to, keep in there. Because look where it gets them. They can win games, exciting games
and they just got over the line here with a field goal to ice the game for
the Tigers were up 24-12 or something. And I looked at my phone and I was like, holy, the Tigers choked. Because it was 24-all.
Yeah.
And then Jock Madden kicks the field goal.
Yeah. Roosters looked very
Sam Walker was on one.
Sam Walker was on one. He had a fantastic long ball.
He had such a good game, dude.
It was a long ball to Billy Smith, I think it was, in the corner. Walker was one, but I will say, Cherry Evans, and this has been consistent throughout his entire career, he got picked out defensively.
Okay.
He got picked out defensively. There was a play for the Salkudu try, I think, where they ran it at Cherry Evans. It was a short ball to Samuela Fainu.
Yes.
On Cherry Evans.
Was that the try that we saw the offload?
Yeah. And he offloaded it to... Oh, maybe it wasn't Salkudu. It was... maybe it was Skelton.
Sakuru was the one who scored the try.
Was it that play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was...
No, because he offloaded it to Buller.
Yeah.
And the Buller
passed it back. Yeah.
And, if there is a way... Because I still think the Roosters are a contending top team.
For sure.
And I still think they're maybe the team to beat. Them or the Warriors. Actually, I don't even really know.
I think it's the Warriors and Panthers more so because they've been there, done that.
Yeah.
But I think it's the Warriors.
But I don't want to get hung up on one game because, I just think that performance against Penrith was it was like a finals game.
Yeah.
And it shows you if the Roosters show up. But they looked like they were poor, and if there was a way to exploit them, and I think the Warriors and the Penrith are going to be looking at this going into finals. They're going to be looking at it in the film room. Going on Daly Cherry Evans' edge seems like the way to go.
Yep.
It seems like...
Because knowing my boy, my beloved, Cherry Evans.
Yeah.
He is someone who is notorious for shooting out of the line.
Shooting out the line.
He, for whatever reason, he doesn't communicate to his inside or outside either. He will go and shut the play down himself,
Absolutely.
which I'm going to say 70% of the time works.
Yeah.
Usually when Cherry Evans shoots out, it works.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't, holy.
And sometimes his tackle technique is a bit questionable.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you put a bigger body on him, like Samuel Fainu is able to just get an easy offload and there's a try. I do think having him next to Robert Toy is a smart decision by Robbo. Because Robert Toy is, I think, the best defensive center in the comp. Him, Fafita, Crichton when he's there. But they have, that side, even though Toy is fantastic defensively, have been known to leak points. Especially with, I love Mark, and I think he's one of the most talented players in the NRL. He can shoot off his line as well. And I know early in the season when Penrith, I think, beat the brakes off them. I think it was like 40-0.
I think so, yeah. I remember that game.
All of their tries was on that edge. Nearly all of them.
Yeah.
I think Jenkins had like 4 tries or something like that. I just remember for a lot of this season, Mark and Toya's edge can be exploited.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the way to go when it comes to finals, is like when it gets to a close game, which edge you're going to pick. I think you go down Daly Cherry Evans' edge. And I think teams will be looking at that, you know. Again, I still think the Roosters are a deadly team.
Deadly team.
They can definitely still win. I hate to say that as a South fan, but this is a reminder that, like, in the NRL, if you show up on any day, you can get your block knocked off. You can win.
Yep.
You know, that shows you how much talent is around the league and why they probably are expanding to more teams because, you know, it's just so competitive. There's teams that are playing on the bench. There are players that can play on the bench that will probably be playing in an NRL side. But there's so much depth and there's so much quality in the NRL. So, yeah. Great win for the Tigers.
We'll end off NRL with our tips, just quick tips, and then we'll move on to EPL, which will be a new segment.
Yes.
So the first game on Thursday is Melbourne Broncos. I reckon the Broncos, like, low-key beat the brakes off of Melbourne.
I think Melbourne.
Really?
I know Melbourne lost last week, but it was against Penrith, and I think they showed a lot of class coming back, especially through Wishart. I think Wishart's been really good coming in for Jerome Hughes, and I think they've got enough class to beat the Broncos. And the Broncos still, even though they beat the Raiders, it was still in a shootout. I'm still questionable about the Broncos defensively, and yeah, I think, but it could go either way.
Yeah. I think the Broncos, I think the small glimpse that I saw of Ben Hunt in the halves, just steering that team, I think is just, their attack is just a little bit more, especially, you know, Payne Haas having another legacy game. It's just, I think it's just too much. Obviously, no Reece Walsh, but I think the Broncos, you know, gives them something a little bit to fight for. They're obviously not in finals, being premiers last year.
Yeah.
Very disappointing season, but I think to have a little bit of class to end the season, I think...
For sure.
I think they do kind of... I'm not going to say beat the brakes off of Melbourne, but they kind of dish it
Convincingly win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next game after that is Manly Dragons.
Exciting game. That's going to be at Brookie, Four Pines Park. You will be at the game, right?
Yes, I asked Connor, who's our Dragons fan.
Connor will be there
Connor,
in a box.
This fucking idiot decided to go and be in the box. You know, he's going with Baz. I'm sorry. He's going with Baz. Yeah, sure. You know, they're good mates. Baz doesn't fucking go for anyone. You wouldn't think. Let me ask a Manly mate. Let me ask, not even me. Let me ask Josh. No, you fucking idiot.
Are you gonna go with Josh? I want to go to this game. I think I might go to this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Even though it's not my team.
Like just getting
local game.
Just getting a Brookie, just fucking seeing Manly win by 65. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably tip Manly.
Look, I think.
But I will be going for the Dragons.
Oh fuck you. Yeah, I'll give Josh and Miller a text to be like, hey, Manly game.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh no, I can't go.
Oh, you got your party.
I've got a house party.
Okay. Well, you'll be keeping a close eye on the score at least.
Yeah.
But you're tipping Manly.
Tipping Manly, I just think, I think the trouble where the Dragons will give us is their forward pack.
Absolutely.
Their forward pack is miles better than our forward pack. But I just think maybe the class of Falalo, Tommy, Fogarty, if you can...
Yeah, I think Tommy coming into the side has just changed them a lot.
Especially having forwards like Navale there. Just gives us a little bit of extra protection in defense. I think Manly are a little bit too classy for the Dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Next game is the Penrith Panthers playing the Bulldogs at Combank Stadium.
I think Panthers win.
I think Panthers win, but I will mention Ivan Cleary has been notorious over the last 2-ish, 3-4 years, the dynasty, for resting his players the second week before finals. And this is the second last week of the NRL regular season. So there could be a chance where he rests all of his players or a lot of his big players going into the finals. But then again, maybe not, because the battle for the minor premiership is so close. They don't want to give up a loss. Especially
because this is also Ivan Cleary's last year.
And it's Ivan Cleary's last season. But maybe resting your players is good just for the health and that going into finals. But I don't know. It depends on that. But if that's not the case, I'm picking Penrith, obviously.
Yeah.
Next game is the Titans versus South Sydney Rabbitohs.
I think they can give you a bit of a scare.
Hell no, we're cooking this team.
You're not beating the brakes off of them.
We're cooking this team, brother. We've been a team that made a lot of errors. We look like nothing compared to the Titans. We're smashing these guys.
I think you've in recent weeks, from what I've seen the Rabbitohs, you found a little bit more consistency, a little bit better defensively.
Yeah,
I think the Titans. I'm not saying they're gonna beat the brakes off of you, but I'm saying they can give you a scare.
Don't you fucking dare, brother.
Dude, if we're watching this game and I'm seeing them give you a scare, holy, I'm like opening your mouth and
brother, just stop it right there. Okay.
Next game after that, Roosters Dolphins. This is a smoky game, dude.
Smoky game.
I reckon
Big
the Dolphins.
Implications.
I think the Dolphins take this out. I think with how. I think what will happen is the Roosters will get off early, lead early.
Yeah.
And then I think the moment the Dolphins click into gear, I think
this could go either way.
I reckon the Dolphins can slice them up.
I
reckon if there's any team...
I think the Dolphins might win as well.
I think if there's any team to exploit the defensive weaknesses,
it's the Dolphins. I genuinely think Dolphins have the best attack in the NRL. Like, they've just got so much strike.
Yeah.
Defensively, like you said, they slowly come into the game and be a bit more consistent.
Whatever
10-15 minute stretch at the beginning of the game, they're questionable.
Whatever it is, once the Dolphins find their attack, their defense also goes up.
Yes, absolutely.
Stretch.
And for me, the Roosters, I can just see they might fall behind in points and struggle to come back.
Yep.
Whereas the Dolphins, even if the Roosters are up by 20-0,
yeah.
I always feel like the Dolphins could just come back into the game and score 3 consecutive tries.
100%.
So yeah, maybe I think I'll pick the Dolphins, but it'll be close as hell.
Next game, Cowboys Tigers. Look, after the Tigers' performance against the Roosters, I'm not gonna back them. I don't rate the Cowboys, dude. They're coming off of a bye. I think the Cowboys will win.
I think the Cowboys will win.
But I think the Tigers can scare them.
Cowboys are coming off a bye, and all they need is one win, and they've clinched the 8. That's all they need. And I think going back up home against the Tigers had a good win against the Roosters. Just scraped it out. I think the Cowboys, despite how many inconsistencies I have with them defensively and how I just feel like there's just some other teams that probably deserve the top 8 spot a bit more. You know, the Bulldogs, Manly, Raiders. They have put themselves in a position where they are a top 8 side and they just need a win. And so I just think with that motivation and all those circumstances, I think the Cowboys win. And I think they win convincingly at home. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say beat the brakes off, but I think they win convincingly.
Next game, Warriors Knights.
That's another great game. Woo!
Another great game. I think this is where you see the levels between a good team and a great team.
Yeah.
I just think in New Zealand,
it's going to be pumping, bro. Yeah, it's going to be pumping.
Fighting for the minor premiers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the Warriors, I low-key think they might beat the brakes off of the Knights.
You reckon?
I think so.
I don't know. I can never, all season, I've counted out Newcastle. All season. At the beginning, I was like, they're just going on a good run. Middle of the season, they're a good team, but they're not like a top team. I think Newcastle are a great team.
Yeah.
And I think Holbrook deserves a lot of credit.
Oh, for sure.
But there's levels to this shit.
There's just levels.
And Warriors are a great team. A great team. And I think they win.
Yep.
And I think they win convincingly at home.
And then the last game to end it out, Sharks Parramatta. Low key, another good game.
Good game with the circumstances that Para have been playing with and you know, the fact that they've taken teams like Penrith and who they play just recently I just had a full
Dolphins?
blank. The Dolphins.
Yep.
And they've taken those teams very well
There.
competitively, and I think the Sharks could possibly collapse without Trindle. There's a world where the Eels win, but I'm just going to safe bet. I'm just going to say the Sharks.
I'm going to say the Sharks win. I think they're too classy, but I just think I need to see how their attack goes.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Absolutely.
We'll do another small segment, which is the EPL. We'll get through this quickly.
Yeah.
We spent a little bit of time, but EPL is here. So once the NRL finishes in a couple of weeks,
We'll be diving deep into the
we'll
EPL.
mainly focus on the English Premier League. Football is here. The special one is at
Just
Real
recap,
Madrid,
who
but,
do you support?
I support Manchester United.
Manchester
We'll get
United.
there. We'll get there.
No, I support Chelsea.
You support
Come
Chelsea.
on, you Blues. Let's freaking go.
But yeah, we have one fixture tomorrow morning, which is the last fixture of the first
Chelsea versus Fulham.
match week. But the first game, Arsenal Coventry, Arsenal win 3-0. Holy
Arsenal
just
continuing
beat the brakes off of
great form.
Coventry.
And probably still the team to beat, I'm going to be honest.
They are the team to beat.
Arteta has been probably the form manager in the Premier League the last 12 months. He's gotten great performances out of players who I thought were on the outer of the Premier League. I thought Kai Havertz's career when he left us was gone. He's been really good.
Havertz scoring a goal in the Big Two. Yeah.
I just think...
Watching that game, Coventry's goalkeeper,
Yeah.
just poor.
I think it was... Because the Coventry, they've gone up into the Premier League.
Yep.
And this is their first game in the Premier League. And they probably would have realised, we're
in the Premier League.
We're in the Premier League.
We're in the Premier
And
League.
we're also versing the team to beat.
Yeah.
And Arsenal just...
Arsenal just
I fucking hate to say they're just a really fundamentally sound team. They're so good everywhere.
fucking all those
You know.
gooners.
Yeah. They're a good team. And they didn't even play, their two best centre-backs. Gabriel and Saliba were not playing this game. Doesn't matter. Who cares? It's Coventry. We just fucking smashed them 3-0. So, yeah.
Pulled their undies out and chucked it at the top of
Pulled their undies out. That's such a good call.
fucking what? Just chuck it at the top of the
That is
Emirates.
such a good call. I've got to use that. Pull the undies out.
Pulled their undies out and fucking just here it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the next
We'll
game.
move on to our next game, which is what a fantastic performance by Hull. Hull defeat Manchester United 2-0. Oh my god. Just when all people's expectations for Man United were really on the up. This is Carrick's this is second season as coach. He came in mid last season, right?
Well, this is going to be his, if he
keeps his job.
Keeps his fucking job like any United manager. This is his first full season.
First full season. Expectations are just off this roof for Man United. They're still probably, in terms of popularity, the biggest club in England. And they lose 2-0 to Hull. And I got to say, what the fuck just happened, bro? I mean, that Ajayi goal. But Harry Maguire is just kind of just sitting, having a cup of tea in the box.
There's the issue. There's your fucking issue.
And he's like, oh shit.
Harry Maguire and the big 2-6.
Yeah, I know. I think you're coming up on nearly 9 years of Harry Maguire.
We signed him in
17.
19.
19.
2019.
Damn. You've had him for that long. Holy. I just can't believe that from Man United. credit to Hull for getting up for this game and just taking it to these absolute frauds. I don't know much about Hull, but I know that they have just beaten Man United, and how good is that? But yeah, no. Look, I think I want to ask you, Kobe Mainoo getting something in the 67th minute.
I'm sorry, why is he not starting?
Why is he not starting?
Why is he not
What's the
starting?
go there?
Like he did not play a single minute at the World Cup, which baffles me.
Yeah.
We have the same manager who, as soon as that Ruben Harambo left, as soon as Carrick came in, started playing Kobe Mainoo. Oh my God, we're so much better in the midfield.
Yeah, it's just...
What does he do?
there?
What does he do? He doesn't start him. Why?
Doesn't start Rashford.
That's understandable. I mean, he's just come back from Barcelona after, But
Tielemans' his first game for
Yuri Tielemans just got
United.
shat on by a championship.
shut on after a very fantastic campaign with Aston Villa last year.
Andre Santos, I didn't even know. Oh no, I knew we signed him, but I completely blanked that he was in our team.
Yeah.
Don't know why we started him.
I will say it's is it Sene Lemons?
Yeah, Lemons. He's fantastic.
He had a fantastic game.
Great game.
All things considered.
Even though we conceded 2 goals, they were not his fault.
Not his
fault at all.
It seems to be a problem with Man United over the last 12 months of defending set pieces. You guys concede so many goals off set pieces.
It's not been 12 months. It's been 4 years.
True.
It's this system called zonal marking where they I don't know why, they defend the space and not the man.
Not the man, yeah.
If you see every single set piece, corner that Man United... I'm not a fucking scientist, dude.
You're not a football player.
I'm not
either,
a fucking professional football player, but I can see so many goals are scored because there's a man who's left on his own and he runs into the box as a danger.
I would just like an explanation as to why that's the case.
I don't,
you know what I mean? Because
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's
the cortisol's being raised for Jibril Mohammed right here. So maybe we move on. But
look, before we move on, like I was not. I've seen the Song and Dance. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The same thing happened.
Yeah.
We had great results under Carrick, and I was not It's just not an experienced coach because at this point. You cannot get anyone. You can't get Pep Guardiola. You can't get Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. You're not the team you were 15 years ago.
Yeah, like Ferguson hid so many of the cracks. Yeah. So many of the cracks.
Yeah.
It's the owners. It is the owners. It is always.
But I also think, dude, the allure of Manchester United. Maybe look, I don't want to speak on behalf of players because I'm not a player, but it doesn't seem as appealing.
Why would you? Why would you come to Man United? There's no... Aside from us throwing money, which then...
But teams can match money now. It's not
they
just
can
money.
match money, but it's just like... What do you call it? It's now... The only thing that they have going for them is, the status of Man United. But how far can that bring you?
Exactly.
When you're 30 years down the line with no premiership and you look back almost 100 years, what's it got to mean anymore?
I also think, dude, what really hurts the reputation of Man United is... players leaving and thriving.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was, for years, a critic of Scott McTominay. I did not think he was all that. Every United fan that talked to me, McTominay, he's so class.
No.
Oh, he's so
I never
good.
rated him, dude.
I never rated him. Goes to Napoli, wins their Player of the Year. I mean, that is just one case study in multiple of highly touted players that have come to United or have been through the academy, and just their careers the trajectory of their careers never were fulfilled with Man United, and then they go elsewhere.
It's
and they
just
see success.
Again.
You know, and so like
I can go into a whole deep dive of Man United.
We can make a whole episode about Man United.
No, I won't do that. Like the way that you think about Star Wars is the way that I fucking think about Man United.
Yeah, and I think with Man United, it's just a case of that.
It's just
again.
like if you're surprised by this result, why are you? I'm not surprised by this result.
It's unfortunate.
Next
bro.
fucking game.
We won't cover every game.
We're gonna talk about the other game, which my friends support Spurs, and you guys got the
Spurs
fucking
lose
brakes beaten off of
Brentford.
you fraud.
Brentford.
You're talking to my ear. Oh, really? No. Spurs have been shit for so long now. You guys are worse than United. You're
Every
fucking worse than
issue we
United.
talk about with United, I think it's amplified with
Spurs.
the Spurs.
Holy-
Spurs were on a plane crash trajectory last season.
Yep.
It genuinely looked like
If-
one of the
if
top 6
Ruben-
teams. One of the top 6 teams and one of the highest revenue teams in all of world football was going to be relegated.
If Ruben Amorim was playing Harambal, fucking Thomas Judas.
Yeah.
Judas.
And granted, they did not be relegated, so I'm not going to put their name fully in the dirt. But man, losing 3-0 against Brentford, which Brentford are a solid
And
team.
I would say Spurs had the best transfer window out of any team that's on this fixture.
They picked up Tonali, who was fantastic for Newcastle last year,
dude.
bro. And
to get
again, their defense was horrid. It was horrid, bro. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, and they had more possession. You know, they had shots on target, but like none. Like, they had 60% possession, yet Brentford had double the amount of shots on target and double the amount of corners and 3-4 times the expected goal rate.
Holy, like, Spurs are not in the Big Six, dude.
I don't understand, like, what is wrong with this team. Like, they've got talent. Richarlison's a good player. Tonali's a fantastic player.
Hey, was Madison playing?
Madison wasn't playing. I think he's been injured.
He's been injured for a very long time.
For a bit.
Him, Kulusevski, those two players are pivotal players in their
Absolutely.
attack.
But
No,
Madison was back. He was subbed on in the 68th minute.
Okay, there you go.
Solanke was subbed on.
Dominic
Bentancur.
Solanke.
That's good. Those are good players. What the hell? What the hell even happened?
They're just shit. They're just...
What the fuck?
We hate Tottenham.
Like, I don't understand it. I will say, though, I've never heard of this guy, Mahmoud Sangare. Whoa. What a baller.
Yeah, dude.
What a baller. They
Yeah,
got
bro.
him from Lyon. I think that's the French side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's really good. This guy was killing Tottenham. But yeah, what the hell happened to Tottenham? The generational fall off.
Everything that always happens to them. Being shit.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next game, which no one really supports, but it's just like, we look at this game and we're like, whoa. Brighton absolutely pulled down Villa's undies and fucking gave it to them in the arse.
Yeah,
dude.
Brighton defeat Aston Villa 4-0.
They were a 4-0 in 30 minutes.
Wow.
And they had a red card in the 30th minute, I'm pretty sure.
Hinshawwood. Never heard of this guy. Gets a double. Wow.
Like 3 of...
This was the team that was playing in Europe last year?
And they was fighting for Champions League.
What
and
the fuck?
They were terrible,
Granted,
dude.
Losing Rodgers, losing Tielemans. It's a pretty big loss. It's pretty big losses. And I think with a lot of these sides that get gutted after a fantastic European campaign or season, their best players get taken. You need to replenish talent like right away.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Newcastle did that, and we'll talk about them. But losing 4-0 to Brighton, wow.
3 of the goals were just like, I'm so successful. Victor Lindelof hate watch, dude. That guy, it was an own goal. The first goal was an own goal. Granted, he couldn't stop it because the ball at this point hit the post, hits his head, and then goes into the goal. But then every single other attacking opportunity where they scored, Victor Lindelof was there, and holy, thank God we got rid of him at United. Thank fuck, dude.
Garnacho, they picked up Garnacho. We both don't fuck with him, let's just say that.
Let's just say that. We don't fuck with that guy.
I mean, Brighton don't even have Mitoma.
Oh, Matoma, yeah.
Yeah, Mitoma. Sorry. Is he still injured? Because I know he missed out on the World Cup. There you go.
Oh, I think he. Oh, I might be wrong. I think he might be injured.
I know he was injured for the World Cup. That's why he didn't play for Japan.
I was thinking of another player who Liverpool had.
But yeah, I did not know Brighton had this.
It was just more
Level
so
of
Villa
play.
was shit. Like they were like when I say they were shit, they were like proper shit. Like they were giving the ball away. They were passing across goal, which at the top level you don't pass across goal.
Yeah,
You just don't do that. But yeah, Brighton belt to Aston Villa. Next game, which was kind of a tight game, Man City Bournemouth. Man City win at the death 2-1.
At the death. I also think, man, like, what the hell happened to Haaland? He had multitude
so many
of
chances.
opportunities to just bag it.
Bro cut his hair and like
Lost all his power.
Lost his aura, dude.
I gotta say, man, kind of similar to Kobe Mainu. Why isn't Ryan Cherky starting? He had 2 assists.
Yeah.
And his second assist. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that through
Put
ball
it through, like, mate, this guy could fit a goal. He could fit a goal through a key.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's not the line. He could fit it through a keyhole.
Yeah.
Is how good this guy is at orchestrating attack.
Yep.
You know, Mateo Kovacic was subbed on the 63rd minute. He was good.
It's just you can definitely tell the effects of Pep leaving.
We were talking about it in like kind of just leading up to this episode. Foden looks really sharp.
Foden, yeah, he had a very poor season last season.
Inconsistent season, kind of similar to the season that City had, but the season before that,
He was PFA Player of the Year.
PFA Player of the Year, or maybe it was the year before that. In the last 2-3 years, this guy was the best player in the Premier League.
Yep.
It might have been 2 years ago because I think it was the year they won the Prem.
Yep.
Because Arsenal won it before and Liverpool the year before that, so it might have been 2 years ago. And obviously didn't make the England side.
Yep.
And you're thinking, man, what happened to Foden? Comes into this game,
He's sharp.
flick back heels, and he's taking on defenders, and maybe it's because they're playing him out wide instead of playing him central. Is where he's being able to have probably better attacking opportunities. But I'm curious to see what Maresca does with this City side. Because they're in a transition period where they've lost Pep, they've lost a couple of their veteran players.
They might lose Rodri.
They're probably going to lose.
They're probably
Rodri.
going to lose Rodri.
You know, they've lost Bernardo Silva.
Yep.
You know, like, so I'm curious to see what they got, but they've still got Erling Haaland, and let's not get it twisted. This guy
is a freak.
Probably the most lethal goal scorer in the world. Genuinely.
Yep.
Give him any opportunity, but granted, this game it was like
This game is kind of what happened, buddy.
yeah, he just couldn't get the ball to the good part of his foot. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's like the clinic at that. But then again, he's still got fantastic positioning, and I don't know. I'm curious to see
Gonna have to see more Man
how
City
Man
games.
City go.
Yeah.
I think I need to watch a bit more Man City. Nico Riley playing at 10 as well, which is very, very interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Moving Foden out wide.
Especially why wouldn't you just put Ryan Cherky at 10?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But they get a win. And Bournemouth, who were very good last season.
Yeah, this was this loss was their first loss in 19 matches.
Very good last season.
Yeah.
They were unfortunate to not at least draw.
At least get a draw.
What's his name? Was it Ryan? I think he set up a pass for Kluivert.
Oh yeah.
Which was like, this is a goal. And you know, like, I think Bournemouth were very good in this game, and they should have been at least grabbing a draw. But to drop points is unfortunate for them.
It is very unfortunate.
Especially considering they probably want to be playing around Europa League, kind of that part of the table.
They were pushing for Champions League in that.
They were pushing for Champions League last year.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, too classy from Man City to end off the game.
Last game is Newcastle-Liverpool 2-2 draw. Man, Newcastle turned up, dude.
I got to say, like, Liverpool are so lucky to not to not lose.
To not lose this game, dude.
So lucky. I think the energy at St James Park, and I think just Newcastle fans are just kind of crazy.
They're proper.
They
mad.
brought it, and they played extremely well for a team that has been gutted over the past couple of years. They've lost Isak. They've lost Gordon.
Anthony
They've
Gordon.
lost Tonali. They've lost
They lost Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe, their manager. They lost Guimaraes. And
Yep.
were able, besides, unlike Villa, were able to replenish with a lot of talented young players.
Yeah.
Or just talented players.
And you
not
gotta-
necessarily young, because Alanga
Okay.
bags one.
Bags one, and he's their captain too. Kind of. I saw that. I was like,
Wow.
Alanga as captain.
How old is he?
He's young. He's
Yeah,
because
because
he
was like 18 when he was playing for you. Or something.
for United. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like he was always in that. He was at Nottingham Forest. He was probably one of their best players at
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. Newcastle picks him up, and he kind of like took his game to another level. And he's like, I don't know what leadership attributes he brings, but
Yeah.
if he's in that role already, then yeah, it just shows.
I think the manager probably just sees a lot of
I've always
potential.
rated Alanga, especially when we had what's his name, Ralph Rangnick, when he was at our club. He played Alanga a lot, and he looked sharp even back as an 18-year-old.
No,
So
absolutely.
I always
Talented as hell,
Yeah.
dude. He's Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah. He was fantastic. He killed Liverpool in that first goal on the counter attack.
Yeah.
Blistering pace.
And
oh my
then
god,
just
this guy's quick, man.
slots it across goal.
This guy's
Holy.
fucking lightning
Yeah,
quick,
dude.
dude.
And then Gakpo with the fucking screamer.
Gakpo
dude.
was really good this game.
Yeah.
I know. I think he had like a. I think I saw on the website he was like had like a 6.2 rating, but I thought some of his touches were really good in the final third. He had before he had scored that goal in the 55th minute.
Yep.
I think 10 minutes earlier or whatever. He had a shot on just over the crossbar.
Yeah, he got the ball. He did a half turn and then just tried standard finessing it, and it was a really good shot.
He just had a lot of great touches in the final third, and granted, Liverpool are still kind of feeling the hiccups of a very disappointing season last year, nearly bordering kind of a disaster, or that trajectory early on.
Yep.
But with a new manager, they could be,
Yeah.
they could turn things around. I thought Wirtz was quite good, but I think their best player is still Szoboszlai.
100%.
This guy is so good
And
saved them.
He saved them.
With a classy penalty in stoppage time, just like top left bins, and the keeper read it, wasn't saving that shit.
Yeah,
Hell
was
no.
not saving that dude.
But I got to say, like that Willock goal in the 57th minute. I mean, again,
Holy, terrible defending by
terrible.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst goals I've seen Liverpool concede in a long time.
They're running alongside him, and Willock, he what did he do? He tripped over his own feet, dribbling, still had possession of the ball, and he just strikes it. And
they allow him. They like you said, they ran alongside him and allowed him to have a shot on goal,
yeah,
and it went in.
don't know what they were thinking.
Odd, very odd. I do
Holy-
think Liverpool are going to be better this season, but they've still got that in their game. Like last year when they went on that disastrous losing streak, they were just doing uncharacteristically stupid things.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Something to think about as a Liverpool fan. if you
yeah,
are
they're just. I mean, fuck Liverpool. They're our rivals, so it's I don't care if they're holding each other's undies, trying to help each other put it back on, but yeah, good.
Yeah.
And this match hasn't happened. It's going to happen tomorrow at 5 a.m. But
Come on, you Chelsea!
Fulham are beating the brakes off
Hell
of Chelsea,
fucking no.
dude.
Hell no, bro.
You're getting
What are
absolutely
you talking
sat
about?
down, spanked, and
I will be getting up for this game. Full show. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not happening at all.
we'll see next week when we come
Morgan
back
Rogers
to it.
about I'm calling right now. Morgan Rogers is going to bag at least one goal. What a gun. Yeah, I can't wait for this game. I'll be honest, can't wait. I'm curious to see. We picked up Emil Smith. Oh, not we. Fulham picked up Emil Smith-Rowe, who I always rated at Arsenal.
Yep.
And I think he's been playing very well for them last season.
He was on loan before they made it permanent. Right?
Yeah. And he could cause Chelsea a bit of trouble.
Oh, he will. He will.
That's the only player I'm like concerned about with Fulham. But besides that,
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to say, before we end it off, man, I'm so worried, like, who we're going to put to fill in Cucurella's spot.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Losing him, he did a lot of work for us in attack. And
Yeah, who's your left back now?
I have no idea. But whoever they put there better do a good job because he cleaned up a lot of the shit. I think I'm excited to see Enzo Fernandez. He had a really good World Cup campaign. I think Palmer's going to take another jump. I'm excited to see Rodgers. But
Who's your striker?
our striker is...
It's not Nkunku, is it?
No, we play João Pedro, Neto,
Oh.
and Esteval up front sometimes.
Ooh, that's a dangerous front three.
We tried Delap.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you got the guy
Yeah,
signed Liam
not
Delap.
happening. That's definitely not
From
happening.
Ipswich, sorry.
But I don't know. I think maybe João Pedro will be playing up front. I'm not too sure
Yeah.
what.
Throwback to the days.
But Xabi Alonso, I trust him in. I trust in him. He's going to do bits for us. But yeah, excited for that game.
Yep.
Are we going to do tips for next week?
We'll just do quick
Quickly.
tips for the main games. Man City versus Palace.
And City.
Man City, Palace got absolutely belted by Everton.
Newcastle smashing Spurs.
Holy, like,
Yeah.
skitties, dude.
I reckon like 3-1.
I think Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool.
Oh, we got Brighton next week. Ooh, damn.
I think,
Tough game.
I got to see this Fulham-Chelsea game.
Yeah, I got to see how we go. Well, I'm going to back the boys either way.
I'm going to back Brighton, obviously.
They are top of the table, to be fair.
Again, yeah,
After 1 week.
I think Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool. Actually, they lost to Leeds. Holy shit, dude.
No, not even first time beating Liverpool.
Actually,
Liverpool winning for sure.
I think
Come on.
Liverpool win. We beat the brakes off of Ipswich. Ipswich.
I lost to Hull, brother.
And
Don't get on your high horse and say that we're beating Ipswich.
we're beating the brakes
okay?
off of Ipswich, guys. Like, come on.
You never know.
And yeah,
Arsenal were beating Villa.
Arsenal, bro.
And
Like
that's probably gonna happen.
if there was any game that I'm like I would start betting, if I started betting right now today, it would be Arsenal are beating the absolute dog shit out of Villa. Dude.
Absolutely.
But that ends off the segment.
Ends off our segment and our episode. Thank you for tuning in. It's a bit of a longer one, but
Bit of a longer one. More sports talk, but
more sports talk. We'll be delving, like we said, way more into the Premier League once the NRL season's over. It comes to the end.
And next week, I reminded this guy, but look, we'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll keep watching Lanterns. So we'll give
tap
a bit
more
of our
into that.
thoughts. And the other big thing that's actually coming out this week that I reminded this guy about is we get our first exclusive look at GTA 6.
GTA 6.
It's a little bit of gaming.
Bit of gaming. Obviously, in a couple of weeks, Wolverine
will
PS5
come out.
comes out. So excited for that.
And just any other news that happens over the
NRL,
week.
NBA, NFL, NBA starts in a couple of months as well. Might touch up on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting movies coming out. Like we said, Doomsday.
Yeah,
Dune,
I'm going to watch.
Resident Evil.
I'm going to go rewatch Harry Potter because
You're getting into Harry Potter. You're also into Avatar.
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Might touch up on that.
Yep.
A lot of stuff. We'll see what we talk about next week.
But yeah.
Tune in for that, and
This
thank you
is
so
us
much.
Signing off. Holy Jibs W again.